Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And the New Jersey Devils. This new-look New Jersey Devils team heads into Game 2 of the Global Series in Prague against the Buffalo Sabres, looking to follow up with another beautiful performance and look for another win. And they did just that, winning Game 2 of the Global Series by a score of 3-1. And there is so much to get to, so much to be excited about, so much to look forward to. But let me start off with, we find out pregame that Ondrej Palat is headed back to New Jersey for the birth of his child. Congratulations to Ondrej. And as a result of Mr. Palat not available for today's game, into the lineup enters Curtis McDermott, the toughest man in the National. And that leaves an opportunity for somebody else. With McDermott in the lineup comes opportunity, and Paul Cotter gets bumped up to the third line. You guys all know I love what Paul Cotter brings. I think he's going to have a massive breakout season. He gets the call, moved up to the third line. Patrick Elias in the locker room gives the boys another pregame little speech and does the lineup read. And on a quick side note, Patrick Elias is such a legend. I absolutely love this man. I wish he was with the team in an official capacity, whether that's some sort of, on-ice instructional coach, an executive, or something. I firmly believe the New Jersey Devils need Patrick Elias in the organization in a more formal role, and hopefully one day maybe, that happens. I think he enjoys spending time with his children and his family, and he's traveling all over the place, so maybe he's not looking to do anything like that right now, and he's more of an unofficial mascot. But shout out to Patrick Elias, franchise legend, should be a Hockey Hall of Famer one day, hopefully, and I'd love to see him return to New Jersey more full-time. A few minutes into the game, one of the new additions, and another one of my new favorites, Brenden Dillon, the personification of heavier, edgier, more violent. He shows it, lays a big hit on a Sabre. Alex Tuck comes over and he wants to challenge Dillon and make him answer for the hit. He has no problem with it, drops the mitts, and absolutely just starts working him over. By the way, also shout out to Brenden Dillon wearing the A on his jersey in Pauli's absence while he left, to be home with his family. Obviously, the team showing what they think of Brenden Dillon and his leadership, giving him a letter in only his second, New Jersey Devils regular season game. But absolutely love to see it, setting the tone early. Thunderous hit, drops the gloves, takes care of business. And what an absolute beauty Brenden Dillon is going to be for this New Jersey Devils club. A leader on and off the ice. I was pumped when we got him. And, guys, this season, if these guys play the way they have been in these past two games, the Sheldon Keefe era is going to be entertaining, and it is going to be fun. I am looking forward to the rest of the season. Super pumped. They review the Dillon hit for a couple seconds there. I thought there was a chance he was going to get thrown out of the game, which would have been terrible. But the hit was a little late. That's fine, The interference call I could live with. But if they tossed him, that would have been horrific. And for a couple seconds there, I was nervous while they were reviewing it. Glad to see he only got the 2-minute minor. Sabres do nothing on the power play. Life goes on. Devils and Sabres both exchanged some chances. Pretty good saves by Allen and some good ones by Levi as well. The first period ends scoreless. And we head to the second period, and at 8:18, Tage Thompson, off a weird kind of deflection, puck gets on Allen and kind of is sitting there. Thompson's digging at it, pokes it in. Immediately, it looked like the Devils might challenge it. I'm sure Keefe was communicating with the video replay guy for the Devils, and he ultimately decided not to challenge it, and a lot of people were a little upset by that. I kind of get where his head was with that one, because if he does challenge it and loses and the goal stands, now you give Buffalo all the momentum, up 1-0, going on to the power play, and if they score on the power play and you're down 2-0, not that it's demoralizing, but, a 2-0 hole is a lot more discouraging than a 1-0, right? So I think he just thought, give him the goal. Our boys will keep coming, and eventually we'll get one back there. And it worked out, obviously. At 11:59, another breakout story, sensation on the year. On the power play, Sheamus Casey with an absolutely beautiful toe drag, rips one upstairs for his first NHL goal, ties the game at 1, and congratulations, Sheamus Casey. What an absolute treat it has been to watch him early on this year, and really all from camp. He came out to all the camps, played well, had a great preseason, really turned some heads, and with the injuries to Luke Hughes and Brett Pesce, it opened the door for him to put his name in the hat for guys looking to get one of those roster spots. He played really well in the preseason. He impressed the coaching staff. He gets on the plane to Prague. He's there for a few days of practices. They put him in the opening game lineup. He makes his NHL debut, plays really well, comes in for game 2, and in a big moment on the big stage on the power play. Again, they trust this kid so much that he's playing on his offhand. He's a righty, and he's on the left side filling in for Luke, and they're giving him power play looks. The ultimate votes of confidence from the coaching staff, and he pays it off today. Beautiful, beautiful shot with that toe drag, ties the game at 1. And what a story. What a story. Welcome to the league, kid, Seamus Casey. He looks like he belongs, and he is going to give the coaching staff some really hard decisions in the near future. So unfortunately, while the Devils didn't score first in this one, they showed a little resilience, tying up the game at 1 after giving up the first goal. We head to the third. And I'm like, all right, who's gonna be the hero tonight? Who's gonna make the big play? Who's gonna, be the difference maker in this tight game? And one of the usual suspects, or a combination of the new usual suspects, emerge. At 7:18, Paul Cotter on a beautiful finish from a really nice Jack Hughes pass. Cotter comes in alone, does a little dipsy doodle there, puts on the moves, pops it upstairs, and shows the finishing skill that he has. And this is what excited me the most about him after calming down after the initial trade, the shock of the initial trade, because, Schmidt and Holtz, two guys I always rooted for. And I thought, the trade package seemed excessive at the time. It was a little bit of a shock to myself as well as many other Devils fans. But after doing the deep dive research and looking at a lot of video and stuff on Cotter, he's shown the hands throughout his career in Vegas. There's tons of highlight reels of him just doing crazy stuff with the puck, amazing finishes in tight. And the skill set is certainly there. And that's why heading into the season, I predicted him to have a 41-point season. A lot of people thought that was crazy. I firmly believed he was going to get a lot of opportunity on this Devils team. He was going to play up and down the lineup, and that he would have a career year. And so far, it looks like he certainly will. I may have sold him short with the 41-point prediction, to be honest. A lot of people thought the 41 points was crazy, but I think now, after these first 2 games, there's a lot more believers out there. And I think Cotter and the Devils have put the league on notice. I mean, wow. Wow. But Devils take the 2-1 lead. And then at 14-14, another element we were all waiting for. The top line gets it going, gets on the board. Jack comes flying up, pushes it to Jesper Bratt. Bratter with the little fake shot, freezes everybody, goes behind the net, comes around, curls around, throws it in front to the crashing Timo Meier.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Timo Meier driving the net, burying the puck for pretty much a freebie. You guys know I love Timo Meier. I love what he brings. It is absolutely always Timo time on this channel. I'm the president of the Timo Meier fan club, and he gets his first on the season on a beautiful play from the top line. Great to see them going. We all know we won the first game 4-1. They didn't get on the score sheet. And, again, that's just another testament to the balanced attack. We're not going to rely on them night in and night out. But tonight, I was hoping to see them get on the board just, so they'd have some good feelings heading back home along with 2 wins. And we got it. Timo kind of gives us the cushion. We go up 3-1. And a beautiful play. Love to see it. Jack was flying. He looked better today. Bratt was flying. And what an amazing play that was. Wow. Timo Meier getting it done. Devils win 3-1. And it was just a phenomenal thing to watch, guys. I mean, wow. I was just, during the game, just overwhelming sense of joy. And it's not just for the 2 wins. It's more of an indication of where we are as a franchise now, I believe, with Sheldon Keefe here. Sheldon Keefe has turned out to be absolute gem. I call him the General. General Keefe has our boys playing like soldiers. They all have a role to do. They're all doing it well. And this team is going to be fun to watch for the duration of the season. And I really do think big things are in store for this club. Let's just take a look at the game stats. Devils 37 shots on goal. Sabres with the 18. Yeah, I mean, Levi really kept him in there. I feel like we could have had a pretty big lead even after the first period, especially that top line was buzzing. They were getting chances. They weren't finishing them until, obviously, that third period goal by Timo Meier. But Devils outshooting the Sabres by more than a 2-1 margin. Devils getting some redemption in the faceoff circle after yesterday's performance. 64.7% to 35.3% for the Sabres. That was largely spearheaded by Nico Hischier going 70% in the circle. 21 of 30 faceoffs Nico won, really honing his craft of winning those draws. Devils 1 for 4 on the power play, and another element we were looking for was to start cashing in on the power play, and Sheamus Casey with that unreal toe drag. So Devils finished 1 for 4 on the power play. Buffalo 0 for 2. Devils with 13 hits. Sabres with 25. Devils with 22 block shots. Wow. Guys were just eating pucks. Sabres with 10 block shots. Devils with 26 giveaways. Again, a little too high. Sabres with 17. Devils with 5 takeaways. Sabres with 4 takeaways. You guys know hits and block shots are two of my favorite stats. They're not the most publicized and praised stats, but they really show the willingness of a team to win. And I'm hoping to see hits plus block shots, at 40 plus for most games. We were close. 22 plus 13, 35. So close to my magical 40 number. But what an effort. Guys just getting in lanes. Dillon had a monster block. I think it was in the second period. He just ate a bomb, and it looked like he kind of felt it for a minute. He was limping back to the bench. And it's an infectious style of play. And I don't want to gloss over. I'm going to real quick just read some of the blocks and hit stats just because, they don't get enough love. Nico with a block and a hit in today's game. Curtis McDermott with a block and a hit. Timo Meier with 3 blocks and a hit. Jesper Bratt with another hit. Paul Cotter with a hit. Tatar with 2 hits. And then we get to the defense. The defense was very active in these departments. Brenden Dillon with 5 blocks and a hit. The monstrous hit laying my man out early in the first period before dropping the mitts. Dougie Hamilton with 3 blocks and a hit. Kovacevic with a block and 2 hits. Shimo Nemitz with 4 blocks. Seamus Casey with a block. And Jonas Siegenthaler with 2 blocks and 2 hits. I mean, this is a team effort. The boys are buying into Keefe's system, and they're sacrificing the body to win. This team is going places. I just feel it in my bones. But again, I'm not saying anything too crazy. So before the people go, oh, you're overreacting, it's just 2 games. It's not only the 2 games that we won. It's the way the team is playing and what I believe the Sheldon Keefe era is going to represent. I told a lot of you guys on an earlier live, I did think that at the time, the 22-23 season was kind of the turnaround for the franchise, and it turned out to be a little bit of a fake out. For whatever reason, mostly injuries and some other regressions and things. Last year went to hell. Lindy's message seemed to be falling flat with the players. It was time for a shakeup. Toronto thought it was a shakeup for them as well. Keefe gets released. He finds his way here, and it seems like a match made in absolute heaven. Keefe finally has the personnel to play his type of hockey, the Keefe brand of hockey, which is play with pace, sprint everywhere, physicality is emphasized, and I believe he was the perfect coach for Tom Fitzgerald's mission, and we all know dating back to that summer when he uttered these beautiful words.
Get a little heavier, get a little edgier, a little more violent.
When I heard this, for all you guys who have been watching me for a little while now, that was music to my ears. I thought it was long overdue. Fitzy goes out, gets the guys, gets his man in Keefe to implement this brand of hockey, and it has worked out beautifully thus far through 2 games. Devils outscoring their opponents through 2, 7 goals for and only 2 against. And you love to see it. We look good defensively. We look good in net. We look good offensively. Special teams looks good. Guys are really buying in again to the system. Blocks, hits, and these are trademarks of a winner. This is how you build winning cultures and teams to go deep in the playoffs and win Stanley Cups. Look at Florida. We all know what Florida did the past couple years. Get to the final and lose, run it back, get all the way back to the final and win. And this is reminiscent of these good playoff teams. It really is. We have character guys all around. The defense is contributing. The depth lines are contributing. It's just wild. And I want to get back to Sheamus Casey for a minute. I mean, this kid is playing absolutely lights out. And I really don't know, what does the coaching staff do when we are fully healthy? When Pesci and Luke return, who are you taking out of this lineup? Who are you taking out on defense? I don't see how you could take Casey out. I mean, it's obviously the most logical by most people's, whatever you want to call it. But Sheamus Casey has shown extremely well for himself, extremely valuable. And I do think from listening to Keefe, he really values the elements that he brings, which is that mobility, obviously a scoring prowess from time to time. And he's been amazing for this New Jersey Devils club. And so I don't envy the decisions that they're going to have to make. And I think, again, like I've mentioned countless times now in the past couple days, every guy needs to bring their A game every night because there is a ton of guys looking to take their spot. I mean, at defense alone, the depth of the defense is just phenomenal. It really is. We don't even have Luke and Pesci in the lineup. And so in a hypothetical world, if Luke and Pesci came in and Kovacevic and Casey came out, that gives you extra defensemen consisting of Sheamus Casey, Kovacevic, Hadaka. We still have D. Simone. I mean, it's just the defensive depth is something to marvel over, and it's going to give us options, I think, throughout the season. You know, there will be some nights maybe where in back-to-backs, if a guy's a little nicked up or something or took some hits, we could give guys random nights off here and there, just kind of give them some extra rest, because this is a very punishing, very physically demanding brand of hockey. And that's one of my only concerns, you know, so far, is that will this group be able to continue to play this way night in and night out and give nearly 60-minute efforts? Obviously, we want to see a start-to-finish effort. I think Game 2 in the Global Series was a more complete effort, obviously, than Game 1. We kind of fell asleep in that third period almost entirely. We were getting dominated for a good stretch there. And it probably is a little bit of a shock to the system for the boys to be playing this kind of hockey, just, you know, full speed, crushing people, something they weren't used to. And I do believe they will get more comfortable doing it as the season goes on. But, you know, once we start hitting that game 55, 60, 65, I just hope it doesn't, you know, wear them down to nothing, and that as the season goes on, they get more comfortable with it, and it's something they really embrace. But having those extra defensemen gives you options to really rest a couple guys here and there. It's going to be very interesting to see what the coaching staff does when we are fully healthy, because it is a really, really tough decisions. Really tough decisions to be made. But this new look New Jersey Devils club, I can't express how excited I am overall. And again, I'm excited for the 2 wins, but it's really beyond that. It's how I think this season will play out. And for however long Sheldon Keefe is here, I do believe we will see a ultra competitive, ultra intense brand of hockey under his administration. I mean, and it is night and day. I don't want to bash Lindy, but you know, some of these guys look like different players. And I'm curious to see how Luke looks in the Sheldon Keefe system. Hopefully he gets healed up sooner than later and he flourishes like everybody else under Keefe. But so far, this has been an extremely exciting time to be a Devils fan. I mean, let me know what you guys have been most excited about throughout these first 2 games, but there's just so much to be thankful for here. I mean, great goaltending. Finally, a very strong and deep defensive core. Depth scoring, balance scoring, physicality, heavier, edgier, more violent, blocking shots. There's just so much. The speed is still there in flashes, you know, scoring in different ways, not relying to come off the rush all the time, a little more sustained pressure. And it's a beautiful thing to see. It's almost every single thing you had hoped to see heading into the season after the summer with these acquisitions Fitzgerald made, with the mantra of heavier, edgier, more violent, with Keefe talking a big game about playing with pace and all these things. And it's just like, they're all going right on cue. Like, you couldn't ask for a stronger start to the season for this Devils club. And if they play like this every night, we are in for a truly special season. But throw everything out there in the comments. I mean, wow, I am just super pumped. I wish we didn't have to wait 5 days to see the boys again. But I think we are in for a ride this season. I really do. The sky's the limit. We're going to have breakout seasons. I think we're going to have career high best seasons for some guys. And it's all just coming together. It is all starting to click for this New Jersey Devils. I think this is a big redemption year for the boys. I think this is kind of a whole new trajectory for the Devils franchise. And it's refreshing. It's something that's been long overdue. I couldn't be happier. We have a lot of character guys, and if you watch the interviews or some of the locker room footage, it looks like, you know, they're having the time of their lives and they're playing well. And you love to see it. Some great personalities. Dillon looks like a legend. Cotter, all these guys, man. It just has the feelings. So far, it just has the feelings to me of a championship caliber team. And obviously, it's only game 2. I'm not saying anything more than it is what it, you know, it is 2 games, right? But what we've seen is certainly encouraging. And a lot of you mentioned in the live, this is reminiscent of some of those old school glory years Devils teams. It really is. Very good goaltending, very good defense. Depth character guys, physicality, defensive responsibility, forechecking. These are all fingerprints of the Lou Lamoriello dynasty era New Jersey Devils that won 3 cups. And it is reminiscent of it. I'm not going to say it's a carbon copy or anything like that, but when you take into all these elements into account, it is very reminiscent of that. And it's something I personally, you guys all know I'm the old school guy, right? It's all something I've been clamoring for a while, because you still need to play this way to win in the league. You need to play a brand of hockey like this to go far in the playoffs, and the Panthers have showed it. The Panthers have showed it. Other teams that play a similar style have had success for years and years, and it's our turn now, guys. I think the Devils in the next 4 or 5 years are going to put together some great regular seasons, some great playoff runs, and hopefully win a cup or two. It would just be wow. But, guys, throw everything Devils out there in the comments. I appreciate you all popping in some of the lives I've done over the past few days. I appreciate your continued participation here. Throw it all out there. I'll be back soon. I have a ton of ideas, lots of cool special projects coming out in October. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.